So we collected and 100%ed every Jack and Dexter game, and most recently all of the Spyro games. We are now moving towards doing the same with the Crash Bandicoot series. This is the first in a total of 16 games that we will be completing within the Crash Bandicoot universe. This game was developed by Naughty Dog and was published by Universal Interactive Studios. This game was released in 1996 and was made exclusively for the PS1. We start the game off with Crash Bandicoot being experimented on by Dr. Cortex and his assistant, Nitrous Bureau. They're forcing him to become another addition to Cortex's animal army from enslaved animals from Wumpa Island. Crash somehow escapes and is determined to rescue his girlfriend Tawna. We are also meeting the floating tiki mask known as Aku Aku, who provides Crash assistance in the form of his mask taking the damage for him. There is 3 different islands in this game. On our first island, there are 9 different levels. The first level is Insanity Beach. This is by far the easiest level in the game. The whole purpose of this level is to just become familiar with the game's mechanics. Our second level is Jungle Rollers. In this level, you just have to do your best to dodge the rollers coming towards you. Once again, I feel like this level is just to teach you how to jump and time your movements. The next level gives you a much higher jump in difficulty. This level is the Great Gate. Much more enemies and much more of an importance on timing your jumps. The next level is Boulders. This one really sucked for me. This is the first time I've played on any console in my life where the movement doesn't come from the analog sticks. So this just made the whole game so much more tough for me. In this level, we're just running from the boulder, which seems easy, but I died so many times due to the fact of not knowing how to use the D-pad. We then move to Upstream. This level introduces to us some new enemies. Also in this game, if you collect 3 tokens for Tawna, you can be teleported for bonus rounds. This gives you the opportunity to save your game and gives you extra lives. Since there's no traditional save button in this game, it's very important to actually get to these bonus rounds and complete them. The only other way you can save is if you get the gem for 100% in each match. Next we meet Papa. This was a really annoying first boss fight for me. I couldn't figure out how to damage him originally, just kept dying. After figuring out how to damage him though, it became rather easy. After defeating him, we transitioned into Rolling Stones. This is almost a combination of everything we've had to dodge and jump past so far in this level. We then head to the Hog Wild next. This is by far one of the harder missions for me. It turned out to be really fun, but it was so insanely hard for me in the beginning. Using the D-pad and trying to get the precision was not easy. Our last level for this island is Native Fortress. This is by far the hardest level so far in the game. A lot of enemies, a lot of moving objects, and a lot of opportunities to die. Something I really credit this game for is its graphics. Every game in this island is just so vibrant and detailed for it to be released in 1996. After the completion of the first island, we move to Wumpa Island. This island is also home to 9 different levels as well. We start off in Up the Creek. This one doesn't pose much of an issue. You just have to watch out for the man-eating flowers. Nothing serious. We quickly get into another boss fight. This one with Ripper Roo. This boss fight made me want to pull out all of my hair and just quit the game. I was still not really used to using the D-pad, so it made dodging and timing my jumps dang near impossible. It took me multiple resets of lives to finally defeat him. Once you do defeat him, you move to the Lost City. This is one of the more annoying levels in my opinion. It's not particularly difficult, just a longer level and demands perfection if you're aiming to 100% the game. There are multiple moving objects and enemies you have to pay attention to or you'll just be thrown off the cliff. After you do 100% this one, you get a green gem. This allows you to return to Jungle Rollers and get the gem there. We then transition to Temple Ruins. This is another level I really struggled with. Using only the D-pad made me die so many times on this. I am very curious to try the Insane Trilogy and use the analog sticks and just see how much easier that makes it. This is another level where you really need to pay attention and time your jumps well, as there are multiple platforms that will fall out. We then got Road to Nowhere, and this one was equally annoying for me. The wild hogs would always knock me off. It was very satisfying to finally defeat this one though. We then get our rematch with the boulder in the next level. This one was a lot easier than the original, just for having that experience. The next level is often debated as the hardest level in the game to 100%, Sunset Vista. This is kind of the same layout as Lost City. This one is just very long and very demanding level to try and get 100%. There are many patterns you have to notice or they'll send you flying. There are also tokens you can collect for Nitrous Bureau as well, which gives you an additional save point. We also get our chance to ride the hog again with Whole Hog. This one, like the second boulder mission, got easier with learning the mechanics in the first level. We then meet our next boss, Koala Kyong. I think I had the easiest time with him since you could break whatever he throws at you, and also the TNT gives you a countdown so you can easily dodge that. After defeating the boss, we had our chance to travel to the final island, Cortex Island. We start with heavy machinery, which was arguably for me the easiest and most fun level. You just had to time your jumps mostly in this one and miss hitting the hot pipes and the steam. We then transitioned to Cortex Power, which was one of the more difficult in the whole game in my opinion. Just a lot of harder jumps, moving enemies and platforms that can deal damage. The next level, Generator Room, actually gave you the orange gem, which allows you to return to upstream to 100% that level. This is another level that just took a ton of concentration and precision to get 100%. We then head down to Toxic Waste, which is one of the easier levels in the game in my opinion. It feels like it's just Donkey Kong just dodging all the barrels thrown at you. You can also earn the blue gem here, which allows you to return the Rolling Stones, Cortex Power, and a future level to 100% those. We then meet the wildest boss in my opinion, Pinstripe Potaru, probably said that wrong, who just gives off this gangster vibe and just starts shooting you with an automatic gun, which is crazy to me. One of the more bizarre moments in this game, we then go to the most annoying level of all time for me, which is the High Road. This is very hard, and I had to watch a YouTube video to try to figure it out. Timing your jumps on the turtles did lock me in for the rest of the game, though. Next up is Slippery Climb. This level also had me in shambles, which is a common occurrence if you cannot tell at this point. This level forced you to stay patient as platforms would come in and out and go right back in. This took me quite a few attempts as well, but once I figured it out, it wasn't as bad. This also gives you the red gem, which helps you 100% native fortress and road to nowhere. We then transition to one of the more unique levels in this game, Lights Out. By collecting a Tiki Mask, it lights up the room for a limited amount of time. You just have to really move quickly to avoid being stuck in the dark. This really was a cool level. The next level is Jaws of Darkness, and I initially really struggled with this one. After a few attempts though, I was able to figure it out. Definitely was a difficult level. The next level is Castle Machinery. By having the green gem, you can jump on it as soon as you start the level and grab tons of free lives. This reminds me of the Heavy Machinery level where it wasn't that hard and was pretty easy to 100%. We then get to fight Dr. Cortex's #1 assistant, Nitrous Bureau. It took a few attempts to learn my jump on the green blobs, but after you mix the drinks and drink them and turn into that monster, it was kind of a massive jump scare for me. We then head to the lab. This also took a high number of attempts for me. At this level, you do not have the service of the Aku mask, which makes it quite difficult. After maneuvering your way to 100%, you get the last colored gem. The yellow gem allows you to return to 100% the Great Gate and Lights Out. This will give you the final 26 gems after completing those two. I forgot to mention that there is 2 keys that you can grab in this game. You can find one in Sunset Vista, and after you complete the Cortex bonus stage, you earn that key. This unlocks the stage for Whole Hog, which we discussed earlier. The second key is in Jaws of Darkness. You can find that key, and this will also unlock the Fumbling in the Dark. It's another place just like Lights Out, which is a really fun place to go to. We will skip the Great Hall for now and go straight to Cortex. In my opinion, this was very underwhelming for a boss fight. I was able to defeat him on the first try, which was very surprising to me. After defeating him, we can then return to the Great Hall and use the gems as platforms to travel to the end. This gives us our alternative 100% ending. This gives us a pretty cool ending showing us what all the bosses ended up doing post-game. Going into this game, I did not know much about the Crash franchise. I played one of the titles as a kid, but I have no recollection of it now. I will say this is arguably the hardest game out of all the games I've played on this channel so far. There are multiple levels I had a lot of trouble with, especially trying to 100% each one. Not having the opportunity to save easily was also very interesting to me. I'm not sure if in other games in this time period, if they had the same save mechanics or if this was just an outlier. But the graphics and soundtracks were killer. For a game to come out in 1996, you can tell they really spent a lot of time on the detail of this game, and it really shows. I am truly excited to continue this series and learn more about the characters and the lore of Crash. That's the beauty of playing every game in order. You get to learn and understand the characters and see the character development and see how each game improves on the last. My overall rating for this game is an 8 out of 10. Like I said, this is by far the hardest game I've played on this channel so far. I did hear, though, this was the hardest of the series. It did turn out to be such a cool game, though. I understand the hype and following for it now. The next game in the series is going to be Crash 2 Cortex Strikes Back. Be sure to keep an eye out for that gameplay. If you made it this far, what's your favorite part about this Crash game? Also, if you've missed it, I just posted my thoughts after beating every Spyro game. Be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.